Hey, how's it going, everybody? How y'all doing out there? It has been a minute since we've been live for a live stream, but I'm pumped up to be able to do that with you today. For those who don't know, I got myself a new puppy last week. Her name is Sakura. She is delightful. She's actually fitting in really, really well. Nova is warming up to her. Nova, my older dog, for those who don't know, is a little like, will this other thing be going home soon? But you know what? Yesterday they really seemed like they kind of were bonding a bit more, if that's the right word, or it just felt like Nova was not as annoyed by the presence of Sakura, which was really, really cool. I appreciate y'all hanging out. But between the new puppy, family, good things, and work, I just have not been able to be live, and I've prioritized making my videos and doing those sorts of things. Today, literally, I am doing this one because I actually had a little bit of time. I don't feel that great. I'm sure you can probably hear it. But we're gonna have some fun, or I'm gonna try. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun talking, hanging out, and I'm going to play the game here. I'm going to be trying to do the Symbiote Incursions. As you know, that it was kind of like a reset in a way. I'm not really sure what the right term for it all would be. Yeah, no, I think reset's the right term, right? Reset's the right term. I think in a good way. Like this is where we're at, right? That's kind of what we've been doing this week, is analyzing like what's going well, what's not going well, what are we hoping to learn from the Summoners Fest. I think most of you know I'm not going. I'm remaining hopeful. I really am. And I'm trying to make those clarifications for you all, things that we're looking for, things that we're not. And yeah, that sort of stuff. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you all. Hey, Chop, what's up, dude? Thanks so much for being here. Chop, you know what's been really interesting is, I'll admit, I have actually not been playing the game very much for a bit now. And I've been kind of analyzing it. I did decide to do some BGs last night, and it was it felt like all the things that are wrong with the actual game itself are like on display in current Gladiator Circuit BGs, being the AI over like, I'm not sure what the term is, but like too much in the way of nodes, with also the like magical lock defenders, and like it all just comes together. Watch it. Like I was actually watching Barrowman stream this morning, and I was like, dude, if Barrowman's like doing this, God, you know. So anyways, hey, what's up, Tobias? And anyways, Chop, the good point was I realized one of the reasons why I'm not playing that much is because war is in off season, right? It's like I've actually somehow gone back to, I'm not taking it like I did as seriously as I did when I was in tier 1, but I'm like back to war being where I'm getting my kind of competitive spirit out. Where the rest of the game, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'll press buttons. Some champs are better than others, but I'm gonna rank who's fun, that kind of thing. K-Dog, what's up, dude? I've seen some of the comments from you lately, man. Thanks for being there. I did appreciate it, and it was when I did the video on Kabam's box, right? Dude, they're going big. Like, even if they don't do what I predicted, although I'll tell you, I like went through and I looked at them like, if they don't go big, they're going really low. And one, I don't think that's probably what they were going to do anyways. This is one of those times where I'm like, I really don't think they were going to go low before myself and other YouTubers and community members and people like that. I think they were probably planning to go big, but it was like, dude, as much as like I see, like, I think it's Forgotten who always does some fun stuff with Wasp. It was like, and as good as Wasp is, if you release her for like sale in today's game, come on. Like, no one's going to be like, this is $100, please. How much more can I give you? And so they've kind of put themselves, and I don't think, again, this is where I'm always going to try to tell you what I really think is, like, I don't think Kabam did this to themselves in a bad way. I actually think they have a plan. Like, in fact, in today's stream, I'm hoping to talk to you all about, I'm actually kind of happy that the rebalance program is now gone. Kabam obviously took the BS way out, but that's them, you know? But I'm actually happy that it's gone. And I think, and I'll just tell you guys now, because I want to get your guys' thoughts on all these things too, is, and they did, I think, say something about like, we still love buffing champions. Yeah, you know why they love buffing champions? Is because they sell them. They're utilized in sales and in boxes and in Heart of Fires and all of that stuff. And so they've got all these champions that they can buff. And then let's say like Dracula. Although I think Dracula is actually not bad, to be honest. But Dracula's obviously not like hitting what I think our hope and hype for Dracula, the character, was. Is dude, Banquet 2026, buff Dracula, bam, good. And so it's like, okay, they don't have to like rebalance Dracula anymore, but they sure as hell could buff him. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's smart. I actually kind of like it. I like that like they've removed this whole like we're gonna analyze it over. Oh, you're not. Come on, we all knew you were. We all knew you weren't. And so just dropping the whole act, removing the chance for the gaslighting and all that stuff, just get rid of it. I'm actually really happy. Buffs will still come. Unfortunately, they're going to be through sales, but again, right? Like when I started all of this stuff, when I think I've become more critical of Kabam. I started talking about like, hey, I ain't buying Dark Phoenix. I don't like this. You guys have pushed this way too far. Until these champions are coming to the basic, or we know when they're coming to the basic, I'm not even going to get them. I'm not going to rank them. I'm not getting them. I'm not doing this. This is bad. This is bad for business. This isn't fair to players. You're going to drive players away. And lo and behold, what do we have coming this December? We have a ton of like glorious guardians and gifted guardians and good old great grand guardians, or I don't know, whatever guardians, a lot of guardians, many guardians are coming and they're putting them in, right? And so I like that. I like that. I think that's good. And so if this Banquet box, the Kabam's box, is really great this December, I'm like, cool, man. All right, Kabam, follow through. Next December, put them in the basic crystal. Give everyone a chance to get these great champions. Let's go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You make your money. Big old whales. Cool. Everyone else who's chill about it gets them later. That's fine. So yeah, you'd think I had notes on that, but I didn't. Does anyone know who the Island Doctor is? Why are we asking about the Island Doctor? Howard the Duck. What's going on? Howard the Duck. Defeat the first nemesis of the mysterious Island Doctor. Ooh, let's find out. Do you think that's a specific quest, or do you think that is it says go now, so maybe it'll take us to it. That was not helpful. Hitting the go now button was, they're like, it's somewhere in the game. Good luck. Kabam hates their fan base like no other. Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason why you've seen me just be like, I don't want a code. And that code brought in a lot of money, y'all. I'm not allowed to tell you how much, but it brought in a lot of money. And yeah, there's a reason why I'm like, I don't want anything to do with any of this. I don't want to be in the CCP. I don't want a code. I got a peek behind the curtain, and I want nothing to do with this. Maybe Ham. What's up, Ham? How you doing, man? Aren't you going to Vancouver? Shouldn't you be on a plane? What's up, dude? It's a safer path to at least mid-tier champions than buff in the future. Yeah. I think so. Hey, Liam, what's up, dude? Hey, break the leg out there in Vancouver, man. I hope that phrase translates. It should be like, why does he want him to break legs? I think that translates well. I think everyone knows that. I think everyone knows that phrase. I've been grinding into a chance to get Absorbing Man, and that's all I'm doing. Chop. So, dude, I started doing that too. As you can see, I'm already up to 6,000 units. I did use my Radiance, which felt, I can't believe I used Radiance to buy units. And I started grinding Arena, and I was like, this is like if I was taking BGs seriously again. Like, I'm doing this to myself. Like, I'm glad you're enjoying. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having a great time. I really do. But I was like, I'm just going to drive myself insane. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. If I miss out on Absorbing Man, I miss out on Absorbing Man. I'll be honest. Like, I'm trying to find fun in this game, and Chop's in my Upside Alliance. So if you all are familiar with that alliance, it's in my opinion, humbly, for my priorities, it is by far the best alliance in the game. Like I said, for my priorities, I created it. So I think that makes sense. We're kicking ass. We're having fun. And all of it is like, I'm a 47-year-old man with a full-time job and a full family and 2 dogs. And I don't have the time to be taking Battlegrounds and War to Celestial and Tier 1 seriously. And I'm having an absolute blast doing this. So, yeah. What's up, Gold Ticker? How you doing, man? Just defeat Howard the Duck. That's it? Like with anyone? Fight Howard the Duck in practice mode? Okay, let's do it. I do love this. So we're talking about things that like I hope to find out at Brawl. I'm hopeful that we see Brian. I hope Brian is very involved. I thought I had a 7-star Howard the Duck. Am I having streamer blindness? Because it's Brian, I want to be very careful with what I say. Meaning, like, I don't want to be absent-minded because I really, oh shoot, what's that? Why we got no signal? I really like Brian quite a bit. I've gotten to hang out with him at various things, and I really like him. And so I want to be clear. Anything I say, I know sometimes I'm sarcastic. You know how I feel about Kabam in general. Do not let any of that color what I'm about to say. Okay, I mean this is. I hope we see a lot of Brian. I hope he's heavily involved. He's like one of the few people left that plays this game or has a YouTube channel that I actually think might be a good hire for Kabam. I feel like there'd be some integrity. I feel like there'd be some honesty. I feel like there'd be some actual thought of what it's like to play the game. I feel like there'd be some actual thought on what it'd be like to enjoy playing the game. None of this is like information. Brian and I aren't like best friends or something. I just hung out with the guy a couple times at Vancouver events. But what I know of the guy, what he clearly put out in his channel and stuff, what I'm hoping for is that this stuff with the egg, and it looked like it from the video. I mean, who you know, he made the video. He was obviously up there. And maybe I'm being too hopeful, but I hope it's a sign of like official involvement. I saw the video up on Brian's channel, and I saw that he said they gave him a code, creator code. So I'm hoping for like strong official involvement because, in my opinion, we've hit dark times, dark times. And I think he'd be a bit of a ray of hope if he was officially involved. That doesn't seem to have done what I was hoping to do. Maybe I misunderstood. What's up? Go take care. I think I said hello. I'm halfway through a 5-hour layover. Ouch. Where's the layover, dude? Hopefully it's at one of the cool new airports. Those are pretty fun. Like the food's actually not bad, and there's stuff to like look around and stuff. 5 hours sucks no matter. I didn't think you lived that far away, Liam. I'm not trying to like out you here, dude, but I always thought you were here in the States for some reason. Hicks, what's up, man? Stink. Oh, okay. Everyone, we're gonna start over. What's up, Stink? Thanks for being here. LAX just got scanned by airport. Ooh, yeah, dude. I haven't lived in LA in a long time. So I flew out of LAX when my family and I were headed down. I think that's when we went to Mexico for a couple summers ago. We were down there for like a month or so. We flew out of LAX. It wasn't bad, but that's because we like got dropped off, zipped through security. And then I did have a layover in LAX like 2 or 3 months ago. Not the best, dude. Not the best. If LA is so huge, LAX is so huge that like they're constantly working on it. Yeah. So sorry, dude. Pick up a Dodgers hat while you're there. Everyone loves the Dodgers. Hayden can be used against you in a court of law. I gotta go back, dude. I'm sure your comment was funny and timely to what I was saying, but I don't remember. Opening the egg gets you yolk, but Reed says ally probably to rank the what? Opening the egg? But how do I get the egg? That's the question. That's the mystery. Where? You fought Venom the Duck, Howard the Duck. Oh, you're right. You're right. They're different people. Or ducks. They're different ducks. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They are actually different ducks. Wait, who do I need to fight? Wait, do I fight Howard the Duck or Venom the Duck? Who do I fight? Wrong duck. That's Venom the Duck. So I fight the tech Howard the Duck. All right, let's do it. Let's go. As a Rockies fan, dude, I had 2 guys in Colorado they were not happy. They were not. I was like, seriously, man, like who hurt you? Like one guy it was at an REI. It's like a sporting goods store in a way. I just wanted to buy some goggles for my kids. We were going up to Estes Park, and the place had a pool, and we just stopped in real quick. Like my wife was actually driving. She didn't even like turn the car off. She was just like, here, why don't you get out? And and like the guy wanted to fight. Like both my kids were like, is everything okay? I was like, I have no idea. I have no idea, sweetheart. It was pretty wild, man. I was like, I think you're taking sports a little too seriously, man. You you really think those guys give a shit about you, but you're willing to fight a stranger over it, who's just trying to buy some goggles for his kids? Like, it was pretty wild, man. It was pretty wild. All right, so now I've got the egg. What do I do with the egg? Well, that's the mystery of this. That I know. I'm sorry. Like, listen, I'm from LA. So I'm also a Lakers fan. I know you probably like me even more now. And the reason why I'm an Eagles fan, Philadelphia Eagles, is the Raiders and the Rams left town when I was a kid. So it's kind of like screw you all. And then I picked the Eagles, and then loyalty being what it is, I've just stuck with them. Do I not get an egg? Why is it so confusing? I think it's clear Brian was not involved with this portion of it, because if he was, this would make so much more sense. And therefore, I can only blame Kabam, pre-Brian. Okay, seriously, do you guys know where the damn eggs is? Were you doing some off-stream video yesterday? I think I faced you. Yeah, Jacob. Were you the one that like you and I had 3 matches? The highest score between us was like 12,000. I don't even know if I won. I did. I literally was like, everything that's wrong with the game is on display in the current Gladiator circuit. I hadn't played it in days. And I was like, oh, I'll try out the new meta. This will be fun. And the new meta just kicked me in the balls. And then I bent over and it like hit me with a 2x4 across the back of the head. It was fun. So I hope you won. I do kind of remember your name though, actually. Hex, I hope it's clear. It's all in good fun. I blame Kabam for plenty of stuff when they deserve it. For the egg situation, I don't think they deserve it, but I'll get to the bottom of this. Does anyone know where the goddamn egg is though? He didn't claim the egg. I didn't. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. I haven't streamed in a bit there. Pistol Dollar. Thank you. I appreciate you saying it. So now I got to find the egg. See, if Brian was involved, the egg would have claimed itself. See? You see how this works? That's called motivated reasoning. There's the egg. Can't make an omelet without. Okay. I feel like we're going to get the that thing. Let's see, though. This is very exciting. This is very, very exciting. Oh, we were trolled over. Oh, my God. Cosmic Yoko ally. All right. I mean, I think this is fun. Does anyone dislike this? Like, is there anyone who's like, this is dumb? I hate it. I can see like not being excited about it, but I can't see like hating it. But it's kind of like why I said I want to see a lot of Seaton, and I think we'll see a lot of Seaton at the Summoners Fest. I think Kabam would be very smart to lean into the goodwill of people who have it, and I think Seaton has it, and I think Brian has it. So I hope we see a lot of them. This is MCoC style. I'm sorry, Stink. I'm sorry. It's just me, man. I like to have myself. What's funny is I can tell I'm gonna die finally. Because I'm trying to stream and talk with you all. I'm blaming you. See, I could work for Kabam too. This is your fault. If you guys hadn't shown up and started with all your messaging, I'm just over here trying to have a good time, and you guys just showed up and ruined everything. Okay. Lazarus, blah, blah, blah. Bulk up when the attacker charges are heavy. Okay. Nothing Nothing seems too bad with that. Forcing consequences. You know what? We might not do this because I don't want to do a bunch of reading. I want to read you all. I'll read you all's messages. I don't feel like reading the notes. Um, okay. And yeah. All right. Let's see. HeatlyBros, there's one of them. Congrats, Mike. Who are we congratulating? What's going on? What happened? Remember, I just say stuff. I don't always remember what I said. Let's see here. I've got all the hacks that I actually really want. So I'm not that concerned about. Yeah, let's do this. First Citizen Lizard. Hey, dude, that's awesome, man. I like those, dude. I actually like the whole first edition thing. I hope Kabam figures out a way to let people show them off more. I think that would be really helpful. But and I believe them on this one. I actually believe a little bit that their intention is to hopefully, if that takes off, then they don't have to have as many sales and things like that. Start of the fight, never told seconds. You see the chosen special. All right, let's see. Far left tab. What did I do? You're trying to help me. I could tell. That's one of those statements where the person's attempting to be helpful. Uh-oh. Actually meant to throw my special earlier. I feel bad for a lot of people. I did a guide for this because there's so many people still having a lot of questions. My guide was a couple days late. And I still see questions, and I'm like, I honestly don't. If you're one of those people who's asked a question on that video and I haven't responded to, it's not. I'm not ignoring you. It's that I literally am like, I don't know how to help. I think incursions, especially for like a newer player or someone who's not used to them, I do think incursions can be really confusing. And without doing like a whole video on incursions itself, I don't know how to help. And so I am sorry. Um, like just with all these, like if you look at all these nodes, and a lot of them are specifically tied to incursions, or you just see them more regularly incursions. Okay. What's up, Zach? Thank you for being here, bud. If you're still trying to figure out these incursions, I'm playing this very conservatively. I did talk about this in my guide. That you could play it very conservatively if you wanted to, and since I'm streaming, I'm just trying to play it very simply. Vega, when do we get Pavita and Titan? So, dude, I gotta be honest, like this is one where I feel like Kabam is maybe listening to some of the feedback about bringing these like for sale champions to crystals, or at least letting us know when we're going to get them, right? Like I've been saying this for, I actually started talking about it before Dark Phoenix, but it was definitely Dark Phoenix where I was like, I'm drawing the line in the sand. This is pissing me off. I read something today, and it's not a Kabam employee, so I think we take this with a massive grain of salt. But they are someone who pays attention to Kabam employees and the things they write in various like social media settings. And they were saying that like Captain Britain might not even be coming to the Titan. And they were kind of explaining to me what felt like I was like, I don't buy it, but I didn't want to argue with them. It wasn't their fault. Like they were just talking, they were relaying info. That like Captain Britain was somehow different. than the other champions that have been in double tracks, and so she wasn't going to come to the Titan. And so like now I'm like, wait, does that mean Paviter won't? Hold on, I'm realizing my phone. I know that they made the announcement that some phones put themselves on. Yeah, okay. I thought it was acting weird. So it seems like my phone was one of them. I have the notes from the stream still on my phone, a couple of them. Let me see if I can see if they said anything about Paviter, because that on its own isn't going to be like, I won't be like, well, now I'm boycotting harder. It's a capital B. But that will be, if they don't bring these double track champions to the Titans and like, it'll just be like, you just traded one bad for another bad. Like that doesn't. Yeah, they don't say anything about it. On the slide I have, it's the pre-release bundle is on December 11th. So I guess Paviter is getting a pre-release bundle that'll be on December 11th, and then in Crystals and the Arena on December 18th. So not till December. Which I guess incentivizes people to do what I've seen it on YouTube, as people to buy the like hurry up basically for the double track and get him now. He's obviously he's outrageously powerful. Like as you guys know, Grass has become my go-to since Grass got into CCP. He is my go-to for new champion videos. There's a lot of good ones out there. Of course, I watched a variety of them, but Grass formats them the way I like it, the way I tend to analyze things, and he's just so smart at the game. He does a great job at him. So I watched that one. So I would recommend watching that. And then I actually really enjoyed Noobs, MCoC Noob. And the reason you hear that, I didn't mean to do that. The reason why you hear hear that like a bit of a surprise in my voice is I think New Champion Reviews is new to Noob, and as to the shock of no one, he does a phenomenal job. And so I really like that. And then if you haven't seen Allison Edits stuff on Paviter, you need to see it, because it's you watch it and you're like, is she running mods? Like, is she hacking the game? Like I think it feels like Kabam has done it again. They managed to put out a champion that seems maybe more OP than they realized. And or maybe they've always known all these champions are OP, and then they're like, I don't know. I can't get into their mindset. I can't even try. But yeah. Doug, what's up, dude? I'm doing great, man. Thanks for being here. How are you? Boycotting harder. It's gonna be one of the hardest boycottings you ever seen in your life, Kurt. You ain't seen no one boycott harder than I am gonna boycott. That sounds like something like a 5-year-old would say. I'm boycotting vegetables. Oh, when the attacker charges heavy. Okay. We're not gonna be doing that. No, what happened? Oh, okay. I will say, look, continuing my application to work for Kabam, you all are doing a really crappy job of letting me know what it is you want to see at Summoners Fest. I'm trying to put out a video tomorrow with my thoughts on what I want to see. And I need you all to tell me what you want to see so I can talk about it. And you guys are just doing a bad job. Like, I understand why Kabam blames you for so much. You guys are really bad at this. Allison Skills underrated. It's weird, dude. Hey, what's up, Aaron? I do see times where people come up and be like, Allison's a great player, and people are like, she's terrible. I'm like, what? You know what? You're not watching the same videos I am? Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, if she went up against Barrowman and BGs, I would bet on Barrowman. But like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I think Allison's great, dude. I think it's important to keep her videos like in the right context. You know, but yeah, she's an amazing player. Sure, let's do this one. This seems good. And I'm not trying to get to room 30, just to be clear. The alliance milestones didn't reset. So this is all for just getting free stuff, basically. Justice for Usopp. If anyone needs justice, it is that man. Hey, what? Hey, there's Usopp. Right. You really want to get me started? I would love to get you started. I actually did. Uh, for those who don't know, Usopp and I go back. Shoot, what? 5 years? 6 years? Usopp was in the BG that I was brought into in For Loki originally. Usopp, in all seriously, if you want to get on call and talk, I'd be happy to. If you don't have the role to, I'd be happy to sign it to you. Just let me know. I also understand you might just be like, you might already be gone by now. But if you're not, I've really enjoyed the interview series, and I've really enjoyed like Truth. You were on Truth's kind of like a he's calling a podcast, so like a podcast stream. I've enjoyed that. It's been really educational for me and seeing like because I know what I think, I know what my viewers think, I know what people on my Discord think. But you know what? I think there's millions of people that play this game. And so what I'm getting is a very small portion of that, you know. So it's really good to hear these things. Give me the roll. I got a few minutes. Yeah. Everyone, I'm sure you won't mind. Let's see. As you guys know, I'm great with technology, so this should only take 5 to 6 days. Let's see. How do I find Usafa? He's somewhere. Mhm. This is what like tech companies, I think they probably don't want to, but if they did, they should just get someone about my age, someone who's old, doesn't know how to do very many things. I literally cannot find Yusafa. This is hilarious. Yusafa, can you tag me in a chat on my Discord, and then that way I can find you to give you the role. But tech companies should just get someone like me to play with whatever it is they're working on for just like literally 45 minutes. And they'd be like, here's how we can make it so 4-year-olds could use it. Let's see here. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Why is this so difficult? Cool. All right, and then Yusafa, you should see a stream room. So if you can join that, dude. Hello?
Hey, man.
Hey, bud, how you
Oh,
doing?
good, dude. Good.
If you just give me a second, because I don't think I've had people on call since I changed a lot of my my setup.
Sure.
People in the chat, if you could let me know if he's coming in like a pretty good volume, about the same volume as me. He sounds good on my end,
Yeah.
but want to make sure on everyone else's. So Yusafa, don't change anything if you don't mind. Volume's good. Volume's good.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Sure.
are you already there in Vancouver? Are you on your way?
No. No, I leave tomorrow morning. I am a little worried just because this morning I got the notification from the FAA saying that about 10% of the flights
Yeah.
are going to be canceled because of the government shutdown. So that's a little concerning. I have a layover in Chicago tomorrow morning, so I hope that that doesn't impact my ability to get to the fest. And then conversely, I'm a little worried about getting back from the fest. So I don't know if I'll be stuck in Canada for an extended period of time, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope good things for you. Like, I have a wood desk here, so I'm knocking on wood. But yeah, flying to Chicago is like, that's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
rolling the dice, right? For flight delays and stuff.
yeah, yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I am looking forward to getting out there. I think I put in a video yesterday that 14 of us four Lokians are
Yeah,
going. So a good, almost half of our alliance will be there, which would be great because I love seeing all my friends that I've been playing this game with in For Loki for the past 6 years, and it's just going to be a great time to hang out with each other. And that's what I'm looking forward to most, Vega. It's hanging out with the friends, right? The expectations of the Summoner Fest, I have very low expectations. I don't think that there's going to be anything that's relayed at Summoner's Fest that's going to get me crazy excited.
yeah,
Um, the what I'm hoping to learn is number one. I'm hoping to learn about the post 7-star strategy. Everybody's been talking about and rumoring about 8 stars, and 8 stars are coming. Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know what's going to happen once we get up in ranks of these 7 stars. But I'd like to hear their long-term strategy and what the future of the game is going to be. So that's my number one want to hear from them.
Yeah.
Um, the second thing I would like to hear from them is I would also like to hear more contrition with regards to how miserable our player experience has been the past few months.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to hear contrition either.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. Of course, they're going to release, information about the next Everest content that's going to be released. It's been a little while since the last one was released, so I expect to hear something like that. Let's see. I would love to hear any sort of plan or idea that they're going to have for the rebalance program, which they're not going to, because from all intents and purposes, from what Mike said during the live stream last time, was that there is not going to that they're still working on it and they'll release information when it's available. So I think they're probably in the still very early stages.
Do you mind if I like kind of interrupt
Sure.
you and like ask you questions along the way? I know you said you had limited time though, so and I am
Yeah,
interested in hearing your thoughts.
yeah, I got about 20 minutes
Okay.
before I have to take off. Yeah.
Is on the first one, please, I hope you guys and all the 4Loki guys, like I hope you guys have a blast. Like having done
Yeah.
some meetups and going to Vancouver twice, 3 times now. That is by far the most fun part. And and to be clear, I think Kabam puts on a great show. I think they put on a great show. It's just like if you went and saw a great rock concert, it'd be even better if like your buddies were there. And so like I hope you guys have an absolute blast like throughout the whole thing. Please say hello for me to the people who think I don't know everyone anymore. It's been a while since I've been in the Alliance, but please say hello to everyone for me. Send my best wishes. On it's funny that whole 8-star thing, dude. I've been so caught up in like other stuff that like I haven't even thought about that because also I see we're on rank 4 or 6 still. And so I'm like, no, we still got so much time. But you're right, like it's on the horizon and. Jesus. I hope they've got a good plan. I hope they have a good plan. I obviously have no clue what they're doing. But yeah, that'd be cool to hear about. I would be really excited to relay that information and kind of just know, basically just like know. I think that'd be helpful. On the contrition, I don't want to put you in an awkward spot. And you said what you said, and I respect what you said. I don't think we're gonna hear more. I think and I mean this, and I said this in some videos, and I'm like, I don't want any more fireside chats. I don't want any more roadmaps with we hope tos and all that. And I'm not trying to be insulting. What I'm saying is like at some point in relationships, and I think this is a bit of a relationship, like with Kabam and that sort of stuff. It's like, I just need you to do it. And one of my biggest things is like the treatment of players, which I feel like you're seeing it from a different formatting, which just makes sense because we're different people. What I'm seeing is stuff like all of those champions are coming to the basic crystal in December. To me, I'm like, that's showing respect to the players. I love that. I'm seeing the Symbiote Incursions get reset. And instead of like some weird, to me, odd post that just feels totally motivated about, I don't know what, like you should have been there and got it done earlier. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. They were just like, oh, we'll just reset it. And if people get W rewards, that's okay. And I'm like, W move, Kabam. W move. The compensation, they actually sent it out, I think twice is what was real. And instead of being like, we're going to claw that back and all that, they're like, we'll just give everyone comp twice. And I'm like, I'm much more interested in that being the approach for the rest of the game's life than I am from someone from Kabam like saying they're sorry or those sorts of things. If that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry, I know I just did a lot of talking now. Yeah.
No. So one thing I'm concerned about, and you mentioned the incursions, and you mentioned the rewards being sent out twice. You mentioned all the stuff. I mean, all of that stuff, they were mistakes. They were mistakes in executing the game. Now that is a sign of a much larger problem. being quality control
Mm-hmm.
in major game changes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a huge issue, and yeah, we benefited from the incursions. Absolutely, I benefited from it. I ran it a second time; it was great. I got those second rewards that were absolutely fantastic. But we've also seen in the recent past where they've made changes to the game that have negatively impacted the player experience, i.e., what has been recently the Android issue. If you've been following up on the Android issue of the latest build,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very concerning. I mean, yeah, some of them fall our way, but most of the time they do not.
No.
Um, and it needs to be acknowledged, and there needs to be a plan of action to address. And for people who spend a lot of money on this game, i.e., me, I expect to have a certain quality of product that I buy. And if I do not have that quality product and I do not have a good player experience, then the chances of me sticking with that product are low and I'll move on. So that is what I have been communicating to Kabam, to everybody that I've been able to talk to in my videos. It's at some certain point the value is no longer there.
Uh, dude, I literally thank you. I like everything you just said made so much sense, and you're right. And it's like I've chosen not to cover that stuff lately, not because I'm like, oh, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm more like, there's only so many videos I can put out, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
trying to stay on like my message, but you're 100% right. Like I'll drop that in some videos, and everyone in the chat that's saying, oh, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. I just got, I got someone to call and I really want to pick their brain and I appreciate they're doing it. I think you guys all know Yusafa. If someone could link his channel in the chat, I'd appreciate it. The
yeah,
interviews have been phenomenal. Like it's truly enjoyable what you're
yeah.
doing. Um, you said something else. I wanted to ask you about. It was the last one you were talking about. Shoot. Do you remember what your like your fourth point, your fourth topic was?
Yeah, there. So the in-game content, we expect to see additional Everest content being released.
Yeah, there was something else. Oh shoot. It was like the main thing I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, and Vega, and
Yeah.
this, I know you don't agree with this.
Yeah.
However, it is something that's important to me,
Yeah.
and that is value towards the top spinners of the game.
Well, hold on.
Uh,
Wait, I got
yeah,
to stop you. I'm not so
yeah,
sure we disagree.
okay,
But okay, but I interrupted you, but I wanted to I wanted that to say is like, I'm not sure you and I disagree. Now please go ahead. I won't interrupt you again.
yeah. So uh, I feel, and a lot of people in the chat are going to disagree with me, and that's okay because everybody can have their own opinion. But I feel as one of those top spinners in this game, and and you got to keep it in perspective as well. When you say top spender, there are different degrees and variations of spending. There's people that spend $100 a month on this game. There are
Mm-hmm.
free to play players.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who spend $1,000 a month a game, so spend $12,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
When I say top spender, I mean a level above that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I on Banquet alone, I spent $40,000 last year
Mm-hmm.
alone. And I mean, that is an incredible amount of money. Now, I also know that Kabam wants to keep those very top spenders happy because that is a large piece of the revenue that they get every year.
Mm-hmm.
In order to keep the whales, the top spenders happy, I believe that they should provide services to us top spinners to make sure that we still think that the game is value. It adds value to us. What
Mm-hmm.
we have seen in the recent year, last banquet, and the rewards and their inability or unwillingness to change the Titan crystals for those top spenders
Mm-hmm.
who are differently playing a different game, their inability to make those changes makes me feel that they do not value me. And if
Mm-hmm.
I do not feel special or valued, I will stop playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
So during Summers Fest, even though I don't expect them to release any information to the wider community or public, I
Mm-hmm.
want them to take me aside and say, Brad, we love you. We want to keep you as a customer. And this is how we're going to make sure that you feel valued.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it. Um, and it does not have to be a big thing. It does not have to be it. I don't need additional power or advantage in this game because I already have it at power and advantage in this game by
Yeah.
having the rest. Give me something that's non-material or that's material in the real world or services that is provided to those top spenders. That would be fantastic. It does not have to impact the ability or the power of my account.
Um,
So
so many things I wanted to say in there. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm trying to keep my channel PG-13 rated, but there was a joke I wanted to make that I just can't. Um, uh, I hear you, and once I listened, because I don't know if you did it in a video or podcast, and I apologize which video specifically it was. Once
Yep.
I heard you talk about what you're actually looking for, I was like, dude, I can't believe this doesn't already happen. Like
Yep.
I mean that, guys. This is just such a different sort of game. I don't even know. This could be hours. I think that makes a ton of sense. I agree with it. It's like I don't typically fly first class. If I do, it's on a very short flight and I've
Yep.
been upgraded, okay? But I
Yep.
fly business class a lot, okay?
Same here.
Like
Yep.
when I've done my international flights, my wife and I are like, let's get business class or whatever the in between class is, okay? And it's really nice. It really is. Don't get me wrong. But the first class, I mean, they're getting lots
Yep.
of champagne, you know, like because they spent so absurdly much on it. And we could get into a whole different topic about like, is that good for the world? That's not what this is about. This is about the game and it wanting to continue and treating people well. When if you're making those statements, and this is a hypothetical, and I'm not even asking you, I'm just giving my opinion here, okay?
Yep.
Again, I don't want
Yep.
to place you in awkward spots. Is if you're saying these things and you get met with, because I this often felt this way to me, and I felt like I heard you say a lot of this feels or this felt or not. You're not accusing.
Yep.
Is I'd often be hit with, well, did you not notice X, Y, and Z that we did? And it's like, let's please not turn this adversarial. Like that feels like this is now becoming argumentative. I'm being very clear and saying I would like this, and this.
Yep.
If you don't want to do it, like, okay, that's fine. But let's not now turn this into what feels to me is like an argument on these sorts of things. Um, sorry, I think the chat's asking, hey, what's up, MCoC Encyclopedia? How you doing? But thanks for being here. And everyone who's here, yeah, Elijah, that's also for me too, especially once I really took a minute to listen to Yusafa. Crazy idea to actually listen to a person before I just start yelling at them. But I decided to do it in this rare case. And when he was talking about like, I think you're using the term like white glove service. Does that sound correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm white glove VIP, whatever they want to call it, whatever they want to call it.
Dude, like if there was a little room for you at Summoners Fest and you got like entrance like an hour early and you got to shake the hands with a couple champ designers or whatever, like I don't know if that's specifically what you're talking about, but to me, that's like, I don't understand why that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's other things too that they could actually do. I mean, we're talking like make us feel special, set us
Yeah.
apart, a profile pic or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, they honor content creators, major content creators on champ design, when they have those votes out, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's little things that they've done in the past
Yeah.
that they can do to improve our quality of life. Now, I mean, Vega,
Go ahead.
we're just looking we as in the larger top spender, and one of the worst things that they could have done in the past month is organize us, which they have. So we're getting a lot of input from these top spenders across the game in an organized discussion. So we're all being united with regards to our voice as we ask for these things. But there's so many things that they could do easily in order to make the top spenders feel like they have added value for the vast amounts of money that they provide through this game.
Mhm.
So now, I mean, do I expect anything like this to happen? Chances are. I mean, I've been talking to Kabam, Crashed, and Dave and Mike about this stuff for over a year. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, but again, eventually time is going to run out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be so frustrated that I'm just going to say, you know what, it's just not worth it anymore. And I'm a professional guy. I have other stuff I can be doing. And if it's just not enjoyable to me, then I'm gonna bow out, and I'm gonna wish everybody the best. But it's I've got to look at my own mental health and interests, and I've got to make that decision. So hopefully they understand that.
I believe they will. And I have to say, I will admit, like I pretty like transparent. At least I try to be. There's a part of me that wishes I had done the same a couple of months ago. That I had just packed up my bags and gone away. And so like I think the difference is, from what I can tell, I mean, there's a variety of them, obviously, is I've built a channel. And I
Yep.
know you have too. I'm not trying to undercut that at all.
Yep.
But over 5-6 years now, I've built this and I really enjoy this. I enjoy, like, and again, I apologize to everyone who's like, I genuinely feel badly. I'm not reading the comments right now. But I think people are enjoying this. I can also see, I'm looking at the viewer thing, and I can tell people seem to be interested in what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um,
I can tell you that
Yeah.
a couple months ago I was in a really dark place with regards to this game. Not my own personal life. I am very blessed in my life. I have a wonderful family, wonderful job. I'm very blessed. But I was in a dark place a couple months ago with regards to the game.
mhm,
And what really had brought me out of that dark place was starting those interviews with people across the community and hearing their stories, be it free to play all the way up to Kabam employee.
mhm,
So that's really what has really kept me going. So I really do appreciate it. I talked to a guy who had just started playing the game 2 weeks ago last night, and hearing what he had no understanding of the game, and he was getting through act content, act one, act two, and everything was new to him, and it made me feel like, man, if I could go back in time and experience that from the very beginning, what would
yeah.
I give just to experience that? Because I mean, the stuff that he was going through was amazing. He was unaffected by all the politics or all the drama that's been going on in MCoC for the past couple months, and he was just enjoying the game, and I miss that feeling.
So for everyone who's actually watching the gameplay at all, I think I just totally screwed myself here. But again, I'm enjoying the call. I'm enjoying all of this. Um, yeah, man, hey, if you tell me, because I don't know, apparently I'm not always a very good judge of this stuff. If you think I'm going a little too transparent, you let me know, please, Yusafa.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
your whole like go back and not know. I wish I had never. I, I don't know how to phrase this. I don't even know how to phrase it. I believe I know way too many things for who I am.
Yeah,
And so like if I could go back and not know stuff. And I want to be clear to the viewers. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Kabam's trying to like steal your kids. This isn't Rumpelstiltskin or something. Like it's just there's so many like personal things and NDAs, and I'm not aware of like what I can say and shouldn't say. But I think Yusafa will know what I'm talking about. Is like I wish I could go back and like not know anyone. I think that's the way to say it. No, I'm being serious.
yeah, yeah,
Because I see people being like, "No, this is really fun. I understand why you're not enjoying this," and I'm like, "Oh, you just don't know what I know." Like,
yeah, yeah,
um, it's a weird world. I mean, and try to have sympathy for everyone, y'all, if you're interested in this at all. Is like 5 years ago when I joined For Loki, none of us thought any of this would be going on. Like, there's no way that it was like some secret plan that all these various people would work for the company and that I'd have a moderately successful MCoC YouTube channel. Like, it was just a bunch of friends.
yeah,
And so that's why I am so hyped for you guys. Like, despite everything, I hope you guys have an absolute blast up there because I know you guys are all
yeah,
friends, and you should.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sharing an Airbnb with four members of For Loki, and they're all people that I've met in person in the past. I met PWF for the first time for the at the
Yeah.
meetup in Austin, which was fantastic. And spending time with Trevor, I love Trevor, and then Tony and Wes. It's just going to be a great time, and we're just going to have that is going to be the focus of the weekend, is just have fun and talk with one another. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be good. I'm
It's
excited,
I
and
not
and I get to see, and I'll see Kurd too. So I've never met Kurd in person, so I get to meet
that
Kurd.
that's awesome. Not gonna lie, it's so hard because I'm like there was a path like 4 years ago. If I had just done one thing differently, I'd be probably in that Airbnb with you. And it is hard because this is real, guys. Like,
Yeah,
these are real friends. That's not like that's what's so weird about this, is I think like in these scenarios, it would be like a bunch of YouTubers being fake and you know what I mean? It'd be like for the show, and the vast majority of this isn't. Anyways,
yeah.
what else? Like, what else? You said, God, oh, that's what it was. That's what I wanted to ask you about. Is You said, "What's up, MCoC Noob? How you doing, man? I really enjoyed, dude. Have you always done new champ videos?" And I apologize for that because I've always gone to you for like a guide. But obviously I'm a subscriber, and so I'm seeing the new champ videos. I loved your Paviter video. It was amazing. So thanks for being here. Jay, well, congratulations on your rank 4 Paviter, man. You saw for what it was that you were kind of going down the line of is you're like, I felt like what you're saying is you're not expecting to hear that much at Fest. Is like
Yep.
as far as big, not big reveals, but more like about the AI, like stuff I've been talking about. Did I understand you correctly that you're not? It's
Yeah,
so hard because
yeah.
you're in the CCP. I don't want it to sound like you're leaking stuff, but basically, are you not going to hoping to hear that?
So I mean, when we sit down there, I mean, the biggest things we want to know is what is the direction of this game?
Yeah,
Where are we going? And it kind of falls in line with regards to what are we doing, with these 7 stars and how we're going to grow these 7 stars and what are we going to are 8 stars in the near future? What are we going to do? Now, I kind of expect them to say something about that because Banquet is coming next month, and they're going to start releasing the new materials to rank 5. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to announce what's going to happen with the 7 stars. But other than that, on top of that, I don't know if they're going to make any huge reveals that are going to materially change how the community views this game. It's still going to be a fighting game. It's still going to use Marvel characters. It's still going to do that. Now, one of the things they could announce that it probably is possible with regards to direction of the game is possibly any new game mode. Like, what is BG 2.0? That could be possible. They could say, hey, we're planning on releasing this new game mode. It's going to be a competitive game mode. It's going to be unlike Battlegrounds, but it's going to be involving the same game mechanics. They could release that mode information, and that in itself would be exciting for people to look forward to over the next year. But other than that, I just don't know of any huge big game reveals that they're going to release at the Summoners Fest. That I don't unless they've been working on it for a very long time and it's past the design phase and in the alpha phase. I just don't know if they're going to be able to release anything like that.
if they did release something like big like that,
Yep.
I'd be like, why did you not tell us? Like, I would be like, do you know how different things could be if you had just said that like 3 months ago?
Yep.
Because it would have made it feel like you had this plan. It's interesting you said like this, like a BG's not it actually didn't perform that well. I don't think I haven't checked in on it in a while. But when I saw the whole Omega pool for the Battle and Brawl, are you familiar with what that is?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think I did watch your video on that, maybe a couple other videos on
Okay.
that. I'm unsure if that's going to be permanent or if that is an artifact for the Battle Royale Brawl. I don't know.
My
I don't. I
I would hope, and we had a great talk on my Discord server about it. And I'm sorry, you're probably here, and I just don't remember who it was that said it. Was like if it was a different, like if it didn't necessarily like it should not replace current battlegrounds. Because my thinking was if it replaced current battlegrounds, I would think Wales would just be like, I'm done. Well, like actually, could you tell me if they're like this is just new battlegrounds, would you be like, I'm out?
I would love I would love to see a game mode that utilizes more of a summoner's deck, summoner's roster. Now battlegrounds is good because you deal with 30 of your own roster's champs. But if I could see some other like an AQ replacement that uses more than just 3 of your champions, that would be fantastic. Some sort of a base mode, but I don't know if they're going to release that. Um, yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
just I don't know though. If I don't think that they would ever replace Battlegrounds, or I don't think they're in their mindset to replace Battlegrounds because I do
Yeah.
think that is their number one marketing game mode. I mean, you look at all the streamers that are on YouTube and
Yeah.
Twitch,
Oh,
all they do is play as Battlegrounds,
yes.
and so I doubt that they would replace that game mode.
So here's what was interesting is I don't think they would replace it either. Because I think it would just upset so many different people. And I
Yeah,
assumed
yeah.
Wales, but honestly, you're one of the ones I've talked to. It doesn't sound like
I don't play Battlegrounds. I just don't do it. I'm not that good at this game,
so.
Vega.
I no, well, you are, but like dude, all of us suck compared to the guys in Celestial. Okay,
Yeah.
like that's like that's
Right.
100 people. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like what else in life are you in the top 4% of? Like, you know, I mean, I know good
Yeah.
looks. I know good looks. I've met you, but
Yeah.
is like is I've said that, and again, we had a great talk on my Discord. Buddy, what's up, dude? Loved that video, man. It was just cool hearing your voice too. But I gotta say, I might be trying the mac and cheese with the pulled pork. If you didn't see it, Buddy put out a very good cooking video. Is there are so many people playing this game that are wailing for like collection reasons, habit reasons, stress relief reasons, just purely having fun. And like when you play Battlegrounds in the non like Celestial Mysterium, even Quantum tier, you play a lot of them. Like, holy crap, there's like huge whales. And so I was kind of wondering about that. But the other part of the conversation, and doing YouTube, you realize from the comments, you're like, the only way you have that champion is if you whale to get them, but your
Yeah.
comment makes it clear you're playing this game a little differently than I am. That's really interesting. Like I just have become aware of how many people like that there are, which is cool. That's good. More power to them.
Yep.
I love it. Though is I think it was William was like this mode. This if they initiated this like a mega pool sort of thing. For those who don't know what that is they're basically taking, let's just call it, to make this simple, like the OP, the best champions for Battlegrounds, and you can only pick 6 of them. And they had like 4 from each class. So there was a lot. And then you made up your deck out of the rest. You like everything's available to you. It's going to be really, I think it's going to be really cool.
Yep.
Is if they're like, if they instituted that into MCoC, but the rewards were less than current Battlegrounds. I was
Yep.
like, that's perfect. I would still play that. I think I would play the ish out of that, man. Like, and I know I'd get stomped because it'd now be a skill competition and I'd get
Yep.
stomped. But I think I would have so much more fun getting stomped by the guy who's been free to play for 5 years and is a better player than me than I have getting stomped because I'm like, I don't want to fight Captain Britain and Dark Phoenix. Like, I don't have counters to them. I don't have them.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. So maybe I'm getting excited about something that'll never happen, but I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm hoping a new mode gets announced, if not released really soon. But
okay.
I do think an Everest content is going to be released probably. You know, when we were there 2 years ago, they released Everest content within like 2 weeks. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
So
for those who don't know, I try very hard to say like, "Hey, Kabam employee," because I don't want their. I realize what the internet's like, and I'm
yeah,
aware that there's Discord servers and places where like people don't like me, and that's okay. That really is. That's fine. No one has to like everybody. People have right to express their opinions. That's fine. But I'm also aware that like things can go too far and become like genuinely hateful. And so I always try to use the term a kabam employee. A kabam employee. Some people know who I'm talking about because they read it or they saw it or they were there or whatever, and some people won't. And I think that's good. And so when I'm negative, I try to say like kabam or something like that. And I'm doing the big preface because a kabam employee has multiple times in a variety of spaces said they decided a while ago that they were going to do like Everest content every other year with
yeah,
EOP style every other year in between. And so it's like, yeah, like it literally to what you just said too. Like we were there 2 years ago. There was Everest content. A Kabam employee has literally told us this is happening. So I don't think it's like some massive, like,
reveal.
it'll actually be surprising if they don't reveal it. Like
Yeah,
that will
right.
be, yeah, that will be more weird. Like, wait a minute, this guy usually knows what he's talking about. How come, you know?
Right.
So yeah. I gotta be honest, dude. I mean, maybe I'll have fun with it. I'll go in with an open mind. It'll be covered. I'll watch my MCOC noob guide. Maybe if I'm enjoying it, I'll do it myself. But I typically hate that sort of content. Like it is my least favorite. I'd rather fight Barrow Man and he places Betsy Braddock, and all I've got is like, I don't know, Cull Obsidian. I'd rather do that for 4 hours than do Everest fights, but we'll see, you
Yeah,
know.
Roger. Hey,
Yeah.
hey Vega, I do have to go. I have to get back to work.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Everybody in chat, if you are going to Summoners Fest, please hunt me down. I'll be the extremely good-looking guy there, and just come up and find me, say hi. And I look forward to meeting everybody that is going down to the Summoners Fest. And Vega, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Great talking to you. And here's hope to the game, man. Here's hope to the game.
Absolutely. I think you and I want the same thing. And thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah, you too, man. See you.
All right. I hope they have a great time, guys. Thanks everyone. I apologize. I don't usually not respond to the chat as much as we did, but I can tell people are enjoying it. And hey, he means it. Yusafa. Go say hello to him. If you're up there and you see him, go say hi. Like he genuinely means it. He wouldn't say it just for the sake of saying it. Damn it, now everyone's gonna think I'm Yusafa. Ooh, Kurd. Maybe that's the competition that could happen, is the best looking between Kurd and Yusafa. Jay, well, thanks for being here. Oh yeah, I said hello to you. Gold Tick, what's up, man? And I did see the comment quite a bit earlier, and I think it was genuine. It wasn't like Joker. Guys, I mean, the boycott is on. Like, I don't care what happens at Summoners Fest. I'm obviously hoping for really cool stuff. I'm hoping. I'll get out my video tomorrow on all the things I'm hoping to hear. And this was advised to me by my people on the Discord server and in the comments of like, and I don't want to talk about my boycott. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want every video to be about that. That's not what this is about. But they're like, maybe like every 2 weeks, you kind of just do like, here's where we're at. And so I am going to kind of use tomorrow's videos. Like, here's what I'm hoping to learn. Here's what would make me consider not boycotting. I think you guys all know my channel members will have to vote for it to end. And then I'll also have to decide. So it's like a 2-pronged test, if you think of it that way. And so, yeah, that's what that's about. Oh, and so don't worry. I'm not spending on Cyber Weekend. I think, and I'm learning. I might be old and I might be slow, but I can learn. I think Kabam needs, and I think honestly, you all. I don't know how much Kabam pays attention or not. It's clear they do. They make comments where I'm like, I don't know if you guys should be making it so clear you watch, but that's okay. I think you all need to know that I meant it, that I said, I'm not spending on Cyber Weekend. I'm not spending on Cyber Weekend. I haven't spent a dime since I told you all. And then we'll handle it in December when we handle it. But there's a list of things that I just can't imagine them fixing all of them in one Summoners Fest. Nick 1 through 6 would be a high contender for BG. That's a great call, Faith. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. I'm just going to read the comments a little bit and then I'll get back to this. Everyone not Thronebreaker and you and those paragons, yours and your self frustration is understood by us that appreciate the investment made. That guy free. Yeah. You saw like I appreciate his approach to it all for a variety of reasons. One, I think it's very straightforward and forthright. I'd much rather deal with someone like that who's just like, here's what I want. Can you do it? No? Okay. Yes? All right, cool. And I really appreciate that. I'd like to think in my own way, I've been trying that for a couple years with Kabam, and it just, they're not interested in it for whatever reason. Which makes sense. I'm just some YouTuber. Like, I get it. And so you've seen me give up on that style. Stink. I hope a new mode gets introduced where you can only do damage when intercepting. Oh God, Stink. That's what's so bad about the current battlegrounds. My game is so light I can't even play VGs. Masakura. Yeah, I mean that's on my list of like, I think the game is beautiful. I understand that's part of what sells this game. But when it's coming at the cost of playability, then what's the point? Like, you sound like you want to be a great game. You got to dial down the art, even though the art's amazing. You have to. And maybe it's not the art specifically, but you guys get my point. Competition for the best dad bod. I believe I win that one, my friend. That's why I'm not going up. I don't want to put everyone to shame. What's up, ETBs? How you doing, man? Ace, what's up, dude? Doug, we just don't want you to take on so much of that. Are you talking to me or Yusafa or someone in the chat? Let me know, Doug. I appreciate it. Because I don't want to respond to that as if you were talking to me if you weren't. Not quite that conceited. By not spending, that means not buying from the web store, right? But yeah, man, come on, it's me. I ain't gonna play those word games with you. It'll be like, I will not be spending Apple credits. Yeah, no, I ain't spending, man. It's fine. I appreciate you're doing the work for the community. Keep it up. Thanks, Order Hunger. And I saw you, there's trolls in every video, man. It's like, I think of it as like a bit of a badge of honor. There was a time where I would try to like reason with them. There was a time where I would like mute people. But yeah, a lot of times I think it's just kids. I think they don't get it. Like, I think you know, like in social media and stuff, it's popular to say like the word cringe or someone's having a tantrum or cope or whatever. And so like they'll just kind of throw those words around. But I think it really shows one, they've never had to deal with a toddler who's actually having a temper tantrum. I've had two of those, plus a bunch of nieces and nephews. So I know what that's actually like. Uh, and two, again, just experience and stuff. Like I know that a person sometimes is upset for legitimate reasons. That doesn't make it a tantrum. That means there's something upsetting. And then also, you know, I think a lot of these folks, they don't know who to trust, and some of that I think is youth, and I think it's also it's the internet, man. It's good to be wary and not knowing who to trust and that sort of stuff. So I appreciated you coming to my defense, but you also did it in a very polite way, I thought. And so I really appreciated that. That was cool. That was cool of you. What's up, Darkened? How you doing, man? Uh, Ace, your game. Are you on a Android? My understanding is it's Android right now. That's just the worst. The fact that Dust Legacy still crashes the game for some people, all this game is crazy. Dude, BC, people literally couldn't even play the PC version for my understanding is a month because of Dust. And it's like, I mean, that's just priorities being in the wrong place. And the worst part is Dust is such a great character. You know? She doesn't need fancy. She doesn't need it. She's amazing as a character, as a champion. Like, if more characters were like Dust, so many of the complaints about the current game would not be happening. Nordic Hunter, thank you. Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you, dude. Vega, you, my man, you brought so much joy outside of you brought so much joy. So you stand behind the community as it is, and that can be taxing on the body. Doug, thanks. And you know, is sorry, guys, I know I'm just doing a lot of talking here, and we'll get back to it in a second. Is and I haven't live streamed in a while, and it's usually live streams that are easier to convey this sort of stuff. I had quite a few of you all. Like there was some stuff that's like Unk's having a temper tantrum, whatever, and I was like, oh, whatever. And there was other stuff in DMs or on Discord servers, or whatever, and people were like, "Hey, man, this feels like it's really getting to you." Like, and I've been honest when I said, and you heard it here with Yusafa. Actually, it was part of many things I was enjoying about that call. Is I really feel like if I had made a different decision, it goes back 5 years ago. I'm not going to get into it for the reasons I said. There's a reason why I say a Kabam employee. When I'm being positive, I say the name of the employee. When I'm being negative, I want to keep it generic because the idea isn't to get you on my side or to get you against them. There's enough stuff in the world to be upset about that we don't need to go there. But if I had just made a different decision 5 years ago, so many things would be different. So many things would be different. And I just got to learn from it. I just got to learn from it. And I am pretty transparent with you guys. I'm very transparent. I think at least on how I'm feeling, I am as transparent as I can possibly be without getting into like my private life. And this is where this gets really blurry. This gets really messy and blurry. And so I will admit that over the last year and a half to 2 years, a lot of stuff got really messy and really blurry. And I'm sorry I can't be more specific. I hope you guys can understand. And it's not just for like NDA reasons. It's for like these are actual people, and they deserve a right to privacy, I think, too. And I'm not trying to convince you that they're like vampires out to suck your blood. I don't think this is like they're bad people and I'm good people. Now listen to me only. I think this is just I don't think a YouTuber is supposed to know as much as about a game they cover as I am when you are how I am. And I think I'm just gonna have to leave it at that. So I really appreciate the support. I do think I'm kind of coming out of it in a lot of ways as I continue to separate a lot of things and kind of move on and progress with this and with you all. Leaving the CCP and getting rid of my code was tremendous for me. Getting rid of the code was like the content creator code was I like slept so well that night. Yeah, so I think that's where we're gonna have to. Nagasa left the CPU as well. It's sad to see. I'm glad you all are ready to stand up for yourselves and find the courage to take such a big step. So I'm aware he's a young man, and I saw that, and I assume he gave up his code too, because I don't think you could keep your code and still be in the CCP. At least that's kind of my understanding based on my process. It's a large amount of money. It is. And for him to give that up, I think it says a lot about the character of the young man. And it makes me even more proud and happy that I was shouting out his code as one of the codes to use when I left. After that, I don't know him that well, so I don't want to speak too much on it because I out of respect for him. Jason Jabari Gaming, Vega, I have a question for you. What single piece of advice would you present you to pass you if you can answer even that? Okay. To remember that hope is a good thing. This is your first time I'm trying to really think it through, Jason. I'm gonna take a second. Is like to remember hope and to try to see good in your friends is a good thing, right? They're your friends. But expecting them to change is wrong. Uh, Thanks, Doug. I realize what you're saying. Never thought of it as that. Your character is just so positive. Thanks, man. I think that's what's been hard for a lot of my viewers is they're like, hey, dude, I need you to get back to being positive. And I'm like, the problem is I cover a game and I just think so much is negative. But it's this weird place, right? Because like if you think about it, my channel only has, I still have less than 30,000 subscribers. I don't put out videos every single day. I do my best to like find time in between my work and my family life to put out a video. I would stream every day if I could, but you guys know I can't. Um, and so sometimes I think I forget that like for the size of our game, it's a big channel. And like even Kabam themselves, multiple Kabam employees have said like, dude, please understand the power or like the, yeah, I think the word power is the word. There's probably a better word for it. Of your channel is much larger than its size. Please consider like what you're doing. And yeah, I don't like walk around thinking of myself as a YouTuber. Does that make sense? This is more like I come into this room and I become someone who YouTubes with you, more than I walk around in the world. Like, yeah, I think that comes through. And so, yeah, I appreciate you guys all kind of reminding me of that. Because again, like I said, my relationship with you is what's important. I'm actively working on a second channel. It's refining what that's gonna be. And I know most of you won't come along, and that's okay. I get it. I get it. But I am actively working on a second channel, like kind of creating it, getting some art going, and like just kind of fine tuning what it's going to be about. So we'll see. Influence. Thank you, MCoC Noob. That's exactly it. Power wasn't the right word. The influence of your channel is much larger than the subscriber numbers compared to, other things. YouTube user, your actions have a bigger impact on company profits than you might think. um, yeah, I wish I could say more. That's the smirk on my face was I wish I could say more, but I think you're correct. That's fair. Thanks for answering. You got it, Jay. Will. Are you still going to be excited for the next 2 months in big events? Is the boycott going to stay on if the rewards are actually good? Yeah. So okay, then I truly am going to start playing. Although my Elgato might decide I can't. That's weird. Is there we go, it's back. Is yeah. I'll just show you. I know it's just a little piece of paper. You guys probably can't even read it. You guys can't even probably read it. Number one on the list, and I've done a whole playlist for the boycott and why and all that stuff. Number one is the AI. Literally, number one is the AI. Like, it needs to be fixed. I don't care that it's a perfect button mashing, whatever the heck they've called it. And I'm not trying to put down what they called it. I'm saying like I don't care anymore. I'm getting snap lights more and more and more. It is clear to me that the last 2 months they've adjusted the AI. The hopeful part of me wants to be like, oh, they finally built AI 2.0 and they're now tinkering with it. But I'm not going to spend on hope. I'm not doing that anymore. I'll admit I've probably done that in the past. So number one's AI. No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they're like for you and you only, Vega, for $1, 8-star America Chavez. I'll be like, no. I told my viewers that we ain't doing it, and therefore we are not doing it. So number one's AI. Number two is the treatment of players. Those are my two big two. And it was interesting hearing Yusafa and hearing you all. And I think Yusafa does bring up a lot of good points that like I hadn't really considered or weren't part of it. And for me, it was the comp when they did double comp and then they gave everyone double comp. I was like, there you go. That's how it should be. Not the comp that we got for Zola and all that stuff. Not you motivating yourself to give as little as possible and then just no. You give it to everybody, right? This summon symbiote incursions. You don't come up with some finagle thing to put low. People play the game, let them go in, play the game. There you go. That's how it should be. This is getting a little nitty gritty, but like I thought the stream, I thought Mike did a great job. I thought he did a nice job of like remembering what, as a YouTuber, the most common question we get in November, December, should I spend my units on Cyber Weekend or on Banquet? And he even addressed it. He's like, I'm going to tell you as much as I can. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool that they were doing that. Not being condescending to people, not treating them like they're a problem or whatever for asking simple questions like, should a champion be awakened? That's a great question, you know? And so that was it for me. Yusafa brought in a lot of stuff that like I had kind of put in a different place, but he's right of like, let's not melt phones. Let's not have androids heating up. Let's not have animations be so glorious that they slow down the game. And he's right. That does actually fall into the respect for players portion. So yeah, I think those are the big things. Honestly, what would you if they added a 8-star America Challenger account right away? What would you do? I would say thank you. You know, that'd be about it. I mean, just so you guys, it's funny because I didn't make a big deal about it at the time. I had Kabam remove my name from Kushala's page. My name used to be on there because I was part of the design process. But months before I did a spending freeze. I was like, please remove my name from that. I don't want this association. The impact reach. Yeah, that's another good term for it. Thanks, Doug. I see what you're saying, and I appreciate you throwing the compliment to J Will as well, too. What about an 8-star Groot? I'd be like, get that out of here. Honestly, Mike is such a refreshing change in the live stream. He feels so earnest. I think Mike is at his best when he is earnest, and Mike can be, and often is. I think he's got a lot going on. I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that, but you guys know, like, I use the name when I'm being positive. I use names when I'm being positive. And I think Mike did a phenomenal job on this last live stream. So you need to take a step back and do much better, made me do the same and enjoy the game more. Gotta leave now. Thanks for being here, buddy. Childish Almina. That's a great name. I will also say that's true too. Like the boycott and spending freeze has honestly freed me up in so way. Like, take a look at this. And I'm aware of how this will appear. If you guys got to know though that I wailed on the sales, on the big sales. I wailed. So here's my latest Battlegrounds. As you can see, I didn't play for quite a while. Here's my deck. I understand this is still a fearsome deck. I'm not trying to say poor me or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But if you know what my deck normally looks like, and you look at this, I was like, screw it. Like, honestly, I ain't trying to make Celestial. I don't even care if I make Quantum or Mysterium anymore. I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm just gonna play champions I like that I have fun with. Yes, I had Isophene in before I saw Barrowman User today. I actually like Isophene. I do. I like Archangel and Human Torch. They're 6 stars, but I don't like Human Torch that much. But I like Archangel. I'm terrible with Tigra, but I like her. And so Punisher 2099. I like him. He's fun. I think he kind of looks like an evil version of me. And so Werewolf by Night. I will probably be taking Werewolf by Night to rank 4 soon because I like him. He's a big, huge werewolf. He's like these massive claws and like I just like it. I hope to take Spider Punk to rank 4 soon because I like him. He's fun. He's really good too. He's actually really, really good. But yeah, and it's like, eh, I got my ass kicked today by someone plays Betsy Braddock. I thought for some reason I thought Ironheart wouldn't be terrible. Oh my god, I think I died from neuroshock. From neuroshock damage. So yeah, 6 stars. Stink. That's what I. It is interesting, and like in my alliance, we're having fun. I'm having fun, and our turnover is so low. I think other people are having fun, and it's really cool. Like we're in Platinum 3. We're good players. We know what we're doing. There's some whales for sure. Um, it's been interesting because one of the things that it's done is the real frustrating like magic lock, magic key cadence that we keep seeing. Like even with Paviter, right? Dude, Paviter's amazing. He's so good. Like I loved like hearing Noob go through it. I loved hearing Grass go through like the process. But when I'm trying to be competitive in battle rounds, like as competitive as I can be with my time, right? Like I don't play in the same level as J Will. Okay. J Will's a much better player than I am. When I do that, I get annoyed at Paviter. I'm like, God, why does he have to have so much? Dude, this is so irritating. Blah, 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 blah. But when I'm not doing that, when I'm not like in the competitive, because I'm not seeing Paviter and like, okay, who's the next cosmic champion that's going to destroy Paviter? Because, they got to sell a magic box. When I get out of that, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just going to do this. This is really fun. And then, of course, because I love doing the tier lists and I think it is helpful, I'll bring in, Grass and all these competitive players and still get out the best tier list I can. But I don't have to like be living that every single day. And that has been actually really freeing. I know the fan probably doesn't want to hear it, but I will be actively reminding everyone as we get closer to Cyber Weekend. I'm not going away. I will be saying like, hey guys, I'm not spending and I'm having more fun than I have had in a I mean, go ahead and get Dark Phoenix. Just know that Nico Minoru is coming out next month. So make sure you really enjoy your Dark Phoenix this month, that sort of thing. Reminds Lizard feels like reskin of science. That's what it looked like. I was kind of trying to be funny, but that's what it actually kind of looked like to me. He's obviously really different, but like the movements and stuff like that. When a Summer's Fest, it's this Saturday and Sunday. Kabam will be doing live streams, and they're dropping like sweet rewards for watching it, best I could tell. I have family plans both days, but I will do my best to do synopsis videos too if you can't watch the whole live stream. Kabam puts on a great show. I mean it. I think people who go are gonna have fun, and I think people who tune in will probably really enjoy it. I keep saying I'm gonna play, but so my second channel, to the shock of no one, will have a lot of talking with you all because I think that's become the most fun thing for me. If I ever get the second channel going. The alliance makes such a big difference to the joining the game. Could not agree more. Honesty for a bit, if you put your rank 4s back into the deck, you would be fine. Most of those giant defenders can't be killed. I know, Chop. It's just I don't want to win that way. You guys remember, for those of you, if any of you guys seen Jurassic Park, here, at least let me get a team going, then I can mindlessly play. Each time a cosmic attacker lands an attack, they give a chance to appreciate buff to get a vigilance. Each time the defender's best effect is presented. Okay, so just cosmic attackers with a lot of buffs. There's a great scene in the original Jurassic Park. I was a kid when it came out, okay? I loved the hell out of it. It was amazing. It was like mind-blowing how great they made the dinosaurs look. Is where they want the T-Rex to come out. They're still in the part where the riot is like working, right? And they want the T-Rex to come out. But the T-Rex won't come out, And and so they put like a live live lamb or something out there, and the lamb's like tied up, so it can't move, can't run away, which is kind of silly when you think about it, right? Because I've never seen a race between a T-Rex and a lamb, but my general sense on the T-Rex is it could run faster than the lamb. But this may have been a particularly fast lamb. I've never really thought of that until now. I'm telling you guys the story. But this happens, and so they're trying to get the T-Rex to come out so the people on the ride can see the T-Rex. Right? But the T-Rex won't come out, and so at some point, one of the like scientist people that's there says T-Rex doesn't want to be fed; it wants to hunt. And like that's part of it for me with this like magic box, magic key cadence is I was like, I could buy them, but I don't want to. I don't feel good when people quit out against me. I don't feel good when I've just like outwailed someone. Part of that's because I'm not playing super competitively. Like I get it. Like if you want to play super competitively, you kind of have to wail. So I'm not putting people down. I'm not criticizing the way they're playing. What I'm saying is I'm not hitting Celestial. I don't want to. I've been there a couple times. I think I finished Celestial once or twice. I should go back and confirm that. Might just be like changing the memories, but I'm pretty sure I did. And it's like I can't play this much. So if I can't play this much, why am I wailing? If I don't mind if I finish an arcane, I don't want to beat people on arcane because I have 25 rank 4s and they've got 3. Like that's not fun for me. Like I'm the T-Rex. I don't want to be fed. I want to hunt. Does that make I hope that makes sense. Is a goat, not a sheep. Thank you. Stink. Now that I know that, goats, as we all know, very fast, much faster than T-Rexes. I mean, there's free to players. Yeah, exactly. Chop. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, right? And if I took the time to do every single one, you guys would be like, "You're talking more than normal, man." But yes, you're correct, and I appreciate you bringing that to light. Let's see here. Okay. I much prefer when champs are harder to obtain. It's nice to have access to champs, but it's just more fun when they are more. So that's interesting too. Like, I yeah. No, you're right. I do think Kabam's gotten themselves in a little bit of a darned if you do, darned if you don't scenario here. But again, they did it to themselves, and I'm not like laughing, like enjoying that. Because remember, I've built a channel that, while it's about our relationship, it is about this game. So if this game goes away, I mean, realistically, like, how many of y'all really follow me to a second channel? 10%, 5, right? Which is great. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's a nice shirt. I don't want to wear, I want to hunt, dude. AJ, that actually is a great shirt. Great idea. Thanks, dude. I think more than you think. I wonder about it, Kurd. Like, I think that's just like a rough average a lot of YouTubers throw around. The reason why I have hope that it would be more is because, look, I mean, I'm a fine player, but I know that some of you in the chat are better player than I am, you know? But when you watch Barrow, like how many people in the chat are better player than Barrow Man, right? Or Nagase, right? So I think people are watching me for something a little differently. Like, I didn't even mean to, but I think we just talked for 40 minutes straight and we lost 8 viewers, maybe. And so I think people, like this channel for something a little bit different. So I hope so. Thanks, Kurt. I appreciate the kind words. Screw it, I'll take the forfeit, especially how wacky be. Yeah, you're not wrong, Vernon. You're not wrong there, man. That's funny. I guess it's just not how I want to spend my money, but I mean it. I think if people are enjoying the game, like I appreciate a lot of you all. I did the post saying like, should I encourage people to boycott too? And some people said yes. But the people that like it, I just made a lot of sense to me were saying, no, I think you should stick with what you've been saying of encourage people to, if they're having fun and it fits within their means, like stick to what you've been saying. And by virtue of you boycotting, I think it's clear, you know, what your opinion on it all is. It's like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. What I am hopeful for, and you know, Yusafa brought it up, is I don't think one of the reasons why, you know, on my list of what I'm boycotting for and all that stuff, you're not going to hear me. Wait, what's going on? Did he? He did, didn't he? Wait, that was interesting. Did he fail my unstoppable in the heel? I really hope it is Taskmaster that's coming. As much as I want Kingpin, and I do want Kingpin, I think that there's a whole thing we can talk about this where Kabam probably puts Valkyrie in the milestones. I don't think she's nearly as good in the current game as Absorbing Man probably is. And I think it's Taskmaster because so many people are saying Taskmaster. Taskmaster could be really, really cool. So I think that'd be fun. See ya, Doug. Thanks for being here, bud. When I watch Trap using a lot of 6 stars being social, it makes me like the game more because it shows skills and strategy. Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. All right, I mean, you guys know it. Yeah, I am with you. Honestly, it also might be they are showing off rank for Kate and for Hulkling rank for Ghost just to sell them $500. So, what I was I was saying this on at some point, doesn't matter when I was saying it. I think they go big on this banquet. I meant what I was saying. Like, I've already done my predictions. I lost. There's only so many free memberships I'm going to give away. It is money after all. So I didn't like make that second bet, but I think it's going to be big because I think they kind of need to. Like, I don't think they're going to get much hype going with the characters they have available to them if they're not the really amazing ones now, right? And I think with what they're doing with the rebalance program, they said they're still going to do buffs. And going through it all, I saw how many champions there are that could use buffs still. And so I think they quit the rebalance program. They go back to just buffing these champions. As we've seen, they sell a lot of them. Uh-oh. Oh, no, this is bad. And then for next 2006 banquet, we see, we see Hercules, we see Ghost, and those champions, Kitty Pryde, the ones that like currently Kabam still seems scared of, that sort of thing. Where this year, it's ones that they've seemed scared of, but like, come on, they're just being babies about it. That's my thought. And then over the course of the year, they buff champions, they sell them. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually probably a smart model, and I think that's a fine model. Like having Super Scroll and Yondu for this Ravager sale, the Black Friday sale. I think that's really smart. Like I think that's really, really smart, and I'm okay with it as long as those champions again are coming to the basic crystal 6 months, a year, whatever. That's fine. It doesn't need to be right away, but give everyone a chance to get them. People are spending the money, get them early. I think that's smart, and I like it. I like that idea. Maybe that's why I think it is, because I like it. Kingpin would have been awesome. So I agree. They seem scared of Kingpin. Like they seem genuinely scared of him. He doesn't get talked about a lot, but when he does, they seem like and I don't know why. Again, I don't make the game. And so I think Kingpin is, as much as I want him now, I don't think they need to put him in. And you know what's interesting though, is they still got Kate Bishop. They do still have Kate Bishop. That's an interesting one. I keep forgetting about her because I just feel like she is. I think Kate is the most. She's like, not Quake, obviously, and they seem scared of magic, which I also don't understand, to be honest. But that again, I don't know. Kate feels like the one where if you plopped her down in current battlegrounds as a 7-star, would be the most problematic of any of the champions left, to me. But yeah, I don't know. "2026 Banquet the Goats." Yeah, that's essentially it. Herc. Maybe it's Herc and Kate. Actually, I mean that kind of. I want Kingpin though. And that's kind of part of it, is that these champions are easy to play. You know, that's why I think Kate's that's one of the reasons why I think the way about Kate that I do is she's relatively simple to play, uh, especially for the output you get. And Kingpin is too, right? Because he just gets rid of all those debuffs for you. And that seems to be something they get concerned with. Like the thing, like when stuff's like super automated. He's the Pathfinder MCoC, but I feel like I'm missing. Oh, is he still relevant with recent defenders and nodes? Who? Hey, what's up, Kanga Jenga? Does anyone know if Lizard and Pavita are going to be the next Titan? I'm worried about Pavita because I'm reading some interesting stuff. I don't know if it's like someone conveying information from Kabam or if it was more them just kind of taking some guesses. I'm getting a little worried about Pavita being in a Titan because Captain Britain still hasn't, and it seems like they might be drawing some lines about why it's different. So I don't know. Either way, I don't think Pavita is supposed to be in the next Titan lining up wise. But Lizard is. So yeah. Is he still relevant with recent defenders and nodes? I think you're talking about Kingpin. I think Kingpin is. Yeah. Because I'm gonna confirm it because it's been so long. Yeah, so this is what I was gonna say, but I wanted to make sure because it sounds crazy in today's game. Where is it? Kingpin gains a non-rage debuff, 60% chance to purify it and gain 1 rage. I remember rage is like a big deal for Kingpin. He wants to get them. This is all debuffs. All like damaging, non-damaging, all that stuff. So he only would not purify. What is it called? The severe debuffs of like I think Spider Woman's got one, right? The leader has them, and I feel like we've seen them in a few nodes. So you can do some crazy stuff with Kingpin. And yeah, I think, you know, he's got he just starts hitting hard as is. And he also has the degen off of his SB1, which does actually have some ability accuracy reduction. They did kind of like a stealth fix, whatever you want to call it, to him, so he couldn't stack it. But I think it's still like a 65% ability accuracy reduction, which is sizable. And the degen does damage too. So he's got like multiple damage sources. Like he's a horse, man. He's a horse. What's up, Rebella? How you doing, bud? Thanks for being here. Magic is coming. That's right. Magic is coming. They never said when. I wonder if they'll talk about that at Fest. That would be cool. I fight Ronan so rarely that I always forget if he has an extra. Yeah, and then I went too early. So that's the thing though, is, and that's what they were saying this morning, bud, is that not all platinums have actually been put into the Titan, and Captain Britain was the example. And I was like, oh crap, they're right. I had assumed that Pavita would be going into the Titan. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I don't like it. I don't like that we don't know. But YouTube user, I am intentionally not going down the line of the Kingpin nerf. You all have heard me. You've all have heard me on my like, and it is ranting because I think it's upsetting, but also like I'm trying to kind of be humorous, but also vent with you guys because you guys can't, you know, I'm trying to vent with you. I think that's part of it. But yeah, dude, the various like nerfs out of nowhere, the like, it's a bunch of hogwash. It's hogwash, man. It just is. My hope on it was that meant that they were considering bringing him as a 7-star soon. So we'll see. Nick, where honestly, buddy, where was that said? If you don't mind, because I would love to know that. I would feel really good about that. Um, because I have not seen that said anywhere. Now, I haven't checked the Trello board. I haven't checked, all 40 different places Kabam communicates. But if you have that said for sure somewhere, I would really appreciate you letting me know. Um, YouTube user, I want to read what you're saying, but I don't want Deadpool to kill me. Withholding the list of information about whether Spider Paviter will go into the Titan crystal creates information failure so that we don't maximize utility and end up sending to buy him. Oh, yeah. A Kabam employee, I remember just being absolutely dumbfounded when I found him on my old Discord server that I gave away. When I found him saying that to people about, oh, well, the reason we don't tell you when champions are coming to crystals is because then you won't buy them early. And I was just like, you can't make this stuff up, man. It's like, do you on any level see why I would have issues with that? Yeah, I talk about like, I'm not trying to say there's like, I'm not trying to say they're wrong and I'm right. I'm saying that like a lot of this is based on me as a person and my relationship with my viewers. If I am aligned with someone who's saying, we intentionally don't give you all the information so we can get more money out of you now, why me would be like, I think that's wrong. I don't think you should do that. I think we owe it to my viewers to tell them the truth. You see the tensions that started to build? It's microeconomics 101. Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, the beauty of it is if I had said like, oh, well, the reason why they didn't do it is so this is I would have been, if I had said to my viewers, well, they don't tell us because then people they're not informed. And therefore, when they're not informed, they are more likely to buy into the hype and buy him now, which then creates the habit of spending, which then creates lifelong spenders who fall into the sunk cost fallacy and will continue to play and spend when the game is bad. If I say all of that, then my friends who work at Kabam come to me and say, like, why do you hate us so much? And I'm like, I don't hate you. I'm being honest with my viewers. Yeah, but that was a really mean thing to say. And I finally was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I have created a channel. It's based on a certain thing. It's who I am. I think we just can't. We need to get divorced, basically. And so I filed for divorce. You know. Hey, is that's the real Nagase, dude? I'm doing really well, Nagase. We've had an amazing stream. Yusafa stopped by earlier. We've had a phenomenal chat with everyone. I hope you are doing well. Did come up earlier, and because of the very stuff we were talking about. The chat brought you up, and I was just saying that like how much respect I have for you, and that I don't know all of your priorities and your thought process, but that I knew that the codes bring in a lot of money. I know I had them for a month. And so removing that, no matter what exactly your reasoning was, I had a ton of respect for it, buddy. A ton of respect for you. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Why did I bring Nova this quest? Because my dog's named Nova Chop. It's I do like Nova. You're right. I didn't even use him at all. What am I doing? You're right, Chop. Thanks for pointing out when I do silly things. Hey, Truth, what's up, bud? I hope to learn Kabam. Oh God. Oh, Truth. And is actually planning on working with the community on solving issues. Oh, Truth. Truth, do you like alcohol? Truth, you're awesome, buddy. I know you get my sense of humor, so. What's up? I know we do this every time where I'm like, is it you? This again, things you all don't care about, but I think the people sticking around do a little bit. My buddy and I play this soccer game every time we get together. We're 48. Well, he's 48. I'm 47. Every time we get together. Like I was just in LA a couple weekends ago, visiting him. He's doing great, man. I'm so proud of this guy. He's got his own law firm. He's doing wonderful. Got himself a nice house in the hills. I was able to go and celebrate with him. He just recently bought it. And so anyways, like he took the day off work, so did I, on Friday, so that we could play this this soccer video game. It's FIFA World Cup. As you can see, I still have a lot to learn about how to play Nova. But it's called FIFA World Cup 1998, which is the year I believe France beat Brazil in the finals in the real World Cup. And he and I will play full World Cups, group stage, everything. We each get a series of 3 to 5 teams, depending on how much time we've got to do the World Cup. And there's a player on Romania whose name is, I don't even know how it's pronounced, but it's Illie. And dude, we're always calling that guy Il. And then there's a goalie for, shoot, I'm not going to remember. I think it's Yugoslavia with a similar name. I don't know. I decided to tell you guys this whole story. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what old men do who played video games a lot when they were young. Back to the lurk. Thanks for being here, Truth. Vernon, MCO, also MCoC contribution board. Now we're waiting on that. For which part, buddy? If you wrote an earlier message describing it a little bit more, let me know. I was eventually going to say, did you say Yugoslavia? Yeah, I mean, this was again 1998. The world's a different place. Kanga Jenga, you want Taskmaster that bad? Yeah, quiet for a little while. Quiet for a little while. I don't drink. I will say that I know this is very like popular these days. I've never been like a heavy drinker, but I decided a couple of years ago to just drink a lot less and to have it not be like an assumption that when I'm going to a social engagement that I would drink, and I really enjoy it. And not just from the whole like getting older and like waking up feeling better, things like that's true too, but even just like the interactions with people, like I don't know, I feel much more present without having to had any drinks. I kept track of multiple seasons of Super Tecmo Bowl, like dozens of seasons in Notebook. It was super cool, nice. So Sync, so me and is that the boss? Oh shit, I didn't even realize we were. I thought it was just the same nose. I wasn't paying attention at all. He and I have records. You'll understand why I'm so proud of this. I won the World Cup. I even created a little like a holiday card on Canva, and I emailed it to all of our buddies from that same time, so they could see that I won the World Cup. My friend was not happy, but he did laugh about it later. And yes, I will be making that part of my holiday card that I send out this year is me with the. I find it hilarious having won the World Cup with the celebration screen on the TV behind me. So I'm with you, and we have full on records of who's won with what kind of. So we're so into this that the first World Cup that was ever won by one of us was also won by me. He's beaten me a lot of times, so he's very good at it too. But I won the first one ever, I believe, with the Netherlands. They're phenomenal back then, while his girlfriend was watching. And like no matter how many he wins, I will always remind him. That was like, do you remember when we were in college and your girlfriend was watching and I beat you and won the first World Cup ever? I don't think any amount of wins you could ever have successfully will top that feeling of just domination in front of your girl. And I really love it. It's fun. He's one of my best friends. Hey, Moxie, what's up, dude? Am I allowed to say? Oh, yeah. So Onage, I'm it's the general here's the general concept is, and you guys tell me because you guys will be like, dude, don't do that. Is shit just happens, right? Like in my life or via this video game. I don't think I want to delve into politics because for a variety of reasons. Um, because my whole goal will be to one kind of share my life experience and be like, not that I'm right, but more, hey, if this helps you guys, cool. You learn from my mistakes or things I felt like I've learned, but then also have a conversation with you because I learn a lot from other people when they tell me their life experience and what they've learned. And so, like every Monday, basically, I'll put out like an 8-minute video just talking about whatever that I think is interesting that we could learn from. It could be parenting, it could be a movie, it could be like here's an example of something like simple that I think can like give birth to a large conversation is I have a new puppy, right? She's 5 months old. She's very small. And there's a variety of people in my neighborhood who walk their dogs off leash. And last Friday, a dog I don't know. I didn't let him get close enough to know if he was attacking her or not, but he was huge. The owner had him off leash and had no voice control over this dog, like none. And I picked up my puppy, and the owner of the dog got mad at me. And so, like, just kind of talking that through and people and like kind of giving my experience. And then I would stream probably, I would pick 2 days that we know I'm going to stream and I'd play some sort of video game, have it on in the background, much like what we do with MCoC, to be honest. But the point is really to like talk about the thing. What can we learn from that? What's your advice? What's my advice? And like most conversations, we would start off on something simple like that about like being in a neighborhood, like respect for other people, a variety of things. But it would turn into we're talking about investing, and then we're talking about sports, then we're talking about movies. And so just like honestly, just a conversation where we all check out a video game. Like I think maybe like channel members would be able to pick whatever game I'm going to play that week. If I really like the game, we'll play it for a month, that sort of thing. I'm aware, or what I've come to find out is I'm not the first person to have this idea, and that there's a lot of channels out there. So that market's very saturated. So I don't know. Uh, how dare you, dude? Honestly, stink. And I chose one of the more like kind of weird examples is I was shocked. He like mumbled something to me and he was I thought he said I truly thought he said, "Hey, sorry about that." And I was like, "Oh, it's all good, but don't no worries." And the dude turned around and was like, "What'd you say?" And I said, "It's all good, dude, no worries." And like I probably shouldn't we've had a pretty PG stream here. I shouldn't repeat the things he said next. Um and it was Friday. I needed to get to pick up my oldest daughter and bring her to a party, and then go to my younger daughter and my wife and trick or treat with them. It was Halloween. And you know, everything about me wanted to put the puppy down and be like, this shit's on, man. Like, you picked on the wrong guy, dude. Not that I'm some badass, but I felt confident in this scenario. Let's put it that way. I'm not some badass. I'm not like some great fighter. I'm not trying to tap my own horn. It just based on what I was seeing, this wasn't going to go well for that guy. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm a dad with 2 kids. I have a puppy in my arms, and I want to go see my wife. And I was like, hey man, I sorry. I hope you have a good day. Happy Halloween. And I just turned around. It's just weird. Um, am I going to fest? No, Moxie, I'm not. I'm not. His second channel. So honestly, YouTube users, some of it will be literally on my experience covering this game. A very like literally about like the cult of personality, how to tell when people are gaslighting you, how to tell when someone is not having a good faith conversation with you. Like you think you're entering it with good faith, but over time you begin to realize that like they're not. They're just trying to manipulate. Um, and so those sorts of things. Yeah. Like I said, like investing, I'm really interested in like simple investing. It's part of why I've done as well in life as I have. Yeah. I've raised 2 kids. They're not fully grown, but They're both into double digits now. So I feel like I learned a lot. Not that I know everything, but I made a lot of mistakes along the way. And so just kind of like sharing that for people who have young kids and stuff like that. Um, uh, I feel uncomfortable going to same elevators, big dolls, and I feel I would be able to run away, so I'm scared because even more if I had something to protect. Yeah, yeah. I get that, man. What I do for work. You know what, Haroon, I know you're asking for just genuine interest, and I appreciate it. I answered that question once, and it got really weird really fast. So, um, I do something that I think I have a lot of flexibility, and I'm grateful for that. I take my job very seriously. I'm very lucky to have the job I have. And what I'll say is, I used to be a lawyer. I used to be a lawyer a very long time ago. And so I use that education and experience to do the job I now have. Um, no, sorry, Moxie. When I left the CCP and gave up my creator code, I just was like, I'm really, my feelings on it all were so strong that I could not imagine going to Vancouver and enjoying it. And while there was a lot of people I would want to see, and of course I'm interested in what Kabam has to say, I did not think I would have a good time. It takes time from my job and my family, right? Like I'm going to be spending this weekend with my kids and my wife, plus my job. And then also last but not least, while I no longer consider myself friends with any of the people that work for Kabam, we have a lot of mutual friends who will also be attending that. And this is a Kabam event. I didn't want those mutual friends to feel like I have to choose whether I now hang out with Vega or go do this really cool thing at Kabam. And so it's like I'm just for all of those reasons, I'm just not going to go at all. Maybe I'll go next year. There's all that a year is a long time. Um, See ya, Chop. Thanks for being here, bud. When you hear a lot of people that used to spend when boyfriend are going for or having more fun, that's a problem. That's real. Oh, ownage. I could not agree more. Vega's a foot model. Don't Google him and try to find his work. That's where it gets really weird. It has a lot to do with the big toe, just letting you know. Uh, that joke came out with more levels than I intended. All right, guys. Oh, nice. You graduated from Oxford Uni 3 years ago with the law. So, dude, the thing with the law degree is I would never recommend someone goes to law school if they're going to like go into debt for it, unless they just know they want to be a lawyer. But what I would recommend is see, like literally what we're doing right now. This is what my second channel is. Like literally this. I travel a fair amount. So I would do videos on like traveling, my experience, where I think I could save money. This was worth it. This was not. The idea is just try to be helpful to people in life. And that would be it. Like literally, that's it. Yeah. And then we actually talk though, right? We actually take out instead of just a bunch of videos. What we're saying, oh, law school is the the education I got in law school was extremely helpful to me in learning how to like analyze stuff. It also though helped me like recognize when other people aren't being genuine in a disagreement or in a kind of like trying to have a meeting of the minds. Like, in law school, a lot of it's like the adversarial process, right? You're learning a lot of things, okay, but you're also uh, tuning a skill of like, how do I construct an argument, even if I don't agree with the premise, right? Because sometimes you're going to be defending something or whatever that you don't agree with, or you think is wrong, or because you're supposed to like defend your client to the best of your abilities. And so one of the things that it's done for me, or around a variety of things, though, is I think I've been pretty good at realizing early when someone's being disingenuous. Now, with what you guys have seen, there's other competing reasons and stuff. So, but I also think just being in law school is like it's been good for business. It's been good for a lot of things. I think it was really good for arbitration, steel manning, straw manning. Yeah. So you'll see that. So YouTube user, like again, no, in all seriousness, and I realize that I'm making it clear we're not playing the game anymore. Is what I found is straw manning is like all over the place now. I didn't realize that. Like I didn't really even start watching YouTube until I got more interested in MCoC, and I was pretty quickly being like, oh, I could do that. So I decided to do it. And so as a result, I now am on Twitter, I'm in Discord and all that stuff. And I've noticed that what people do very often is when they want to like disagree with you, they don't actually disagree with you. They disagree with like a version of what you're saying that they can make sound dumb. It feels like what people have done is watched a lot of debate videos and then applied that to life. And that's going to lead to a lot of negative like interactions, right? Like if you're trying to have a conversation with like your spouse, your wife, your partner, like your really good friend, and you're trying to like come to understand each other, which is where a lot of disagreement should really be, is like, how do I understand you? How do you understand me? How can we find mutual understanding and move forward? Not I'm trying to win an argument, right? If you start straw manning what the other person said, while that might help you win a debate, because the idea is you're now going to get them to be defensive. They're now going to defend what you said. They're not even presenting their argument anymore. They're now defending the accusation you made, right? And then now you just get to attack it and poke holes in it. And it makes it easier to attack and poke holes in it because they didn't even mean that to begin with. You created it. And so I understand it's like a debate tactic and it plays well on the internet. But as far as like actual relationships, like it is horrible. And so, like, yeah, like 100%. Can't remember much from a law degree, but learned a lot of transferable skills from it. I'm no longer in the legal sector or something. So I've heard so much of that from so many lawyers. In fact, literally, I think it was day one, it may have been day two of my law school experience. It was a 1L, and they set us up. I went to a school that had, it's a very good school, had a lot of alumni, a lot of powerful alumni with law firms in the area. I went to University of Southern California in Los Angeles. And they set us up with these alumni who came in. We were all going to like have lunch, and it was like the dean welcomed us and all this stuff. I kid you not. I kid you not. There was two lawyers at our table, and the dude talked to me for like maybe 30 seconds. I don't know. It may have been 3 or 4 minutes. I don't remember. And he looked at me. He's like, "You're never going to be a lawyer." He said something to that effect, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "I don't mean that as an insult." He's like, "But I can tell you're never gonna actually practice law." Uh, and I was like, "Okay, thanks, man." And it was like, then we talked over the course of the lunch, and I was like, "Yeah, I think he's right." But he also did say, "You're gonna utilize the education in a lot of stuff." And I think it's worked. Like transferable skills is, I think, very much on these. I love these streams. Thanks, Pie Guy. I appreciate it. Most disagreements are a symptom of poor communication. Oh, dude, YouTube user, couldn't agree more. And like, if you probably weren't here when Yusafa was here, because I don't think I'd seen you type yet. But he actually said at some point, he's like, I know you disagree with. And then he went into like some things about like whales and like respect for them. And the interesting was I knew why he said that, but I also knew that he was wrong. And he had said that because, like you're saying, of communication. I think it was like on a Discord server, or maybe it was a comment I made on his video. And it was completely communication, completely. And then he like put out his video. I watched his video and I was like, oh, I agree with everything he just said. Like literally, like I mean, I can't say for certain 100%, but the vast majority of what he said, I was like, oh, I'm in complete agreement with that. I think it's shocking Kabam's not doing those things. So I completely agree with you. Like it was just a symptom of bad communication. But if he had like dug in, like if he had not given me the space to say like, wait, hold on, I might agree with you. And then he was like, no, in this YouTube comment, you said this thing. And then I had to now defend his interpretation of the YouTube comment. He and I would have never had the wonderful conversation we just had. So I could not agree with you more. Hey, Stat, thanks, good. We've had an amazing stream, literally just talking. Thanks, Blue Labyrinth. It's a great name, man. I gotta go. It is Blue Labyrinth. Yeah, it is. And my eyesight's not the best anymore. I'm having a wonderful Thursday. I'm gonna get to have lunch with my wife too. So I gotta go. But if you ever stop by another stream, would you be willing to tell me what the genesis of that name is? That's just cool. Um, yeah, I was at Fest last year, and one of my fondest memories was waiting in the queue outside. I was with several people. Uh, I'm not kidding you. That's one of my favorite moments too, man. I'm thank you for saying that to me. Um, I'm really gonna miss doing that this year. I had volunteered to do the same thing at this year's fest. I had said they had asked for just different things I thought would be cool, and I've talked about that was one of my favorite moments from the fest 2 years ago. Was it was kind of cold. It wasn't like freezing, but it was cold, and because of security, they had us lined up outside. It was totally fine. That makes perfect sense. And I was with friends. I was with other people I knew from YouTube and playing the game. And I turned around and there was like this long line. And like people were having fun, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like everyone was miserable, but I saw like dads with what looked like their kids. I saw like friends. I saw people like by themselves. And I was like, let's go say hi to all these people. Like this is this is what it's about. Like we have the opportunity to like welcome these people, say hello, get them excited. Like they might not even know who the hell we are, but they might. And so I don't know if someone that I said hello to has shown up to the stream. It probably has, but I really appreciate you saying that to me. I felt like I saw people be genuinely excited, and just be like hyped for what's going on. Like oh this is cool. We're gonna get into this building and like have a great time. So, you're right. I am gonna tear up. All right, I gotta go before I do start crying. There's no crying in YouTube. All right. Thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a blast. I'll get a video out for tomorrow morning, just like what what I hope to hear, kind of where we're at, everything. And then I hope Kabam knocks it out of the freaking park this weekend. I really do. Hope you all have a great day. Take care.